Welcome everybody to the Room250 podcast.
One tiny pixel at a time.
We all have a room 250. It's that room where creativity happens.
Welcome back everybody to the Room250 podcast, where creatives sit down, have a conversation, and hopefully inspire future and current designers to crush their creative goals one pixel at a time. I'm one of three creatives, Arturo Pete Peralta. I'm one of three hosts, Arturo Pete Peralta, and I'm joined by my two best friends, head creative of Quilling Advertising, Martin Erosoy Bautista, and creative director of the review journal, David Patrick Sly. What's up, gentlemen?
How's it going, guys? How you doing? Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, follow us and subscribe on YouTube, like, comment on YouTube, and hit that bell notification so you know when all our videos go up.
And in case this is your first time listening to this podcast and you stumbled upon our channel, number one, thank you so much for the view. Hopefully you stick around for this episode. But you might be wondering, like, who are these dudes? Who are these three chubby dudes talking about graphic design? You know, what the hell is Room250? Room250, the name of this podcast, goes back to when we all attended the Art Institute. That was the classroom where you learn graphic design, where you learn Photoshop, InDesign, magazine layout, capstone. And that's where all three of us here met. So that's the root of Room250. You know, what does that mean to us? That's our creative zone.
Yeah, room 250 is that room. We all have a room 250. It's that room that you go to and you sit down and you draw all night and nobody bothers you. Or is that room with you and your friends get together and you bounce ideas off each other and you create dope-ass design. That's what room 250 is about. We all have a room 250. We all have that special little place that we go to, disconnect from the world, and throw all our creative juices into whatever we're working on. And that's what we're about. We're about elevating our communities, inspiring other designers, and we should all be doing that. So welcome and thank you for watching our podcast, and we really appreciate you guys.
Definitely. Awesome. And so tonight's episode, beer label
what
design.
What you got?
So real quick, there's so many things to talk about as far as beer label design, right? But tonight I'm starting off, which I'm breaking my 3-week streak of not drinking.
Welcome back.
He couldn't make it the whole
Welcome back, brother. He was lost.
Tonight I am drinking the
do the hand thing
here. The camera.
Oh, there we go. Oh, nice.
What's it called? The our
chata.
Archata, right?
So Archata, nice.
The Day of the Dead duck. I mean, I thought it was
Abel
beautiful
Baker.
artwork. You know, Abel Baker. So the can label itself got me, and you know that's what we're talking about tonight. Beer label design. What are you boys drinking?
Go, Sly, go.
Martin,
what you got?
Man, Mark, I can't decide between 6.2% or 5%.
6%. Don't be a bitch.
Start low and then
Start
go
low.
That's
Okay,
true.
so for the low, This is the lowest one I got. I'm going with a Japanese lager by P. Freem.
Ooh, okay.
This has got like a nice like label stuck over the top of it, and it just looks so premium.
Yeah,
It's
that
actually
red,
the
black, and
cheapest of all
gold,
the beers
bro.
that I bought, but it looks very premium.
That is a sweet beer.
Yeah, I hope it's good.
No, I was talking about mine.
Nice.
It's like
Oh,
I don't even know what kind of beer
Sweet,
it is.
like a
It has
sour.
it has a little bit of. Oh, there you go. It's a cream ale with cinnamon and vanilla. Hence the horchata, like horchata. Horchata.
nice. So, would you buy that again? Would you drink that again, Pete?
This is like a dessert beer.
Nice.
I'm
leaning. I'm leaning towards the holidays. I saw this really cool can, and it's called Citra Claw. Citra Claw. Oh,
wrong camera. Wrong camera. Pull back.
Wrong camera. Right,
Do the hand thing. It helps.
Do the hand thing.
Get your face out of the. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
So we got a Santa Claus. The typography on this super dope.
Get your face out of the camera. Put the can in front of your face. Put the can in front of my face. There you
right
go.
here, like this. Yeah, there you go.
Look,
see,
see
super
this?
dope. Look at that.
It focuses.
Awesome. Yeah, right
That's
there.
sick.
All right.
Sick design. And this is a 7.9, guys. This is gonna probably fill me up.
Well, cheers, gentlemen.
Nice.
Oh, you don't drink it out of the glass? Straight from the can?
Yeah, straight from the can, bro.
Yeah.
My this is my favorite glass. I don't know if you can see, but it has my logo on there.
Yeah, I can barely see.
Put it in front of your face, and it focuses perfectly on it.
Yeah, no, that's what I was doing.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Say right there.
Nice. That's sick. Did Sid do that for you?
Yeah. My buddy Sid, he has his machine, and his wife doesn't.
I got engraver. Like that, I have engraver slide. I told you I could start engraving shit.
Well, this whole time.
I know you've had it for so long.
I had it for a fucking year, and I still haven't used it.
But yeah. So to go on to tonight's episode, you guys know I'm a big fan of beer label design. I've been trying to do it for a while now, and did some product photography. But it also goes back to just our root as graphic designers. You know, graphic design isn't just, you know, doing brochures and logos. It's expanding across, you know, from NASA to your local microbrewer. You know, literally that's how it goes. And I think, in my perspective, can art nowadays has evolved like big time. You know, it's no longer just Budweiser's and the Coors Lights of the world. It's microbrewers, it's big craft brewers. It's different dynamic styles. It's simple, it's clean, it's heavy illustration, low illustration, comic book art, all that other stuff. So it's like, how does one get into that? Number two, what's the value of that? And then three, like how much fun it is too. You know, I almost kind of think about can art as like skateboards. There's so many of it, right? Like there's so many people could do, and it's sick ass work. You know, some people go really cheap. Some brewers, I've seen it where they only want to offer you like $20 for a can art. And it's like, no, man, like that's not the way to go. You know, you're devaluing our craft for sure.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, I want to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah, I was on to start.
It's a lot to start stuff, you know, and maybe that's all you have, $20 to pay somebody for some can art. That's really up to the designer, because, you know, from the designers that I've talked to, the creatives that I've talked to, everybody has always said, like, if you find a passion for it, sometimes it's not about the money. So like the $20 might not be enough, but you get to do a sick ass can art, you know? So there's a trade-off, you know, for sure.
Yeah, I would disagree with you, because $20 isn't going to pay anything of your bills. And then when that client finally starts making some money, you think they're going to accept your increase in price? Well, hey, you've been doing this for me for the last year for $20. Why am I going to pay you $500 for a can now?
I would want to say meet you guys both in the middle. First of all, fuck you if you're paying me $20 for any type of art. I don't give a fuck if I'm in college. $20 in this motherfucking time doesn't get you shit. $20 is like $5. Would you do anything for $5, Sly?
He do a lot of stuff for $5.
Hey, $5 is $5.
Yeah, I got $5. Tell me you want to come over?
Okay, you know, go ahead, Martin.
To me, it's like, first of all, not $20, maybe $50 to $100. I don't care if you're starting a brewery. You could afford $100 to pay an artist. I think that's $100 is now like maybe $20 or $50. But the other one is, it just depends. I would say if up and coming company came to me and they were like, hey, we can only give you $100 for a design, but you could do a beer can. And then I would communicate with them like, yo, I don't charge this much. I would never do this, but I'm really excited about your thing. I see your vision and I feel like you're going to be successful. I want to be your partner. I want to be with you along the way. I'll do this one time, but later on, this is my rate. Because I did that recently with the band that I was working, where I didn't charge them a lot for the initial design because I knew they're up and coming and they're struggling, and my boy's the one that's paying for everything. But I had told them already, I'd advise them, communicate, guys. The worst thing you could do as a designer or any industry is not let people know that you're doing a courtesy for them, because now you're raising their expectations. If you're going to do a courtesy, anything for somebody, just let them know, hey, I usually charge this much, but I'm doing this for you as a favor. Next time I won't do this. And that's what I told my band dude. I was like, look, man, I could do other work for you, but I already ate a lot of the profits and I'm doing a lot of work for you. I need a budget for the next project. And he called me for the next project. And I was like, well, you know, pay me this much and I'll go ahead and take it on. And he didn't take it on. And I respect that. That's cool. You know what? I have a busy time right now. podcast, all this other stuff I got to do. And if you're not going to pay me worth my time, the value that I value myself, I'm not going to do it. So yeah, meet you guys halfway.
But, okay, my other point on that, real quick, just before you jump in, Pete. What if it's paid in other things? Because I think we've talked about this, with other designers on this podcast, and Pete.
I think Pete would say yes to that.
$20 and maybe
and
some
a 6-pack
beer, not a 6-pack, obviously more than that, but a couple beers here and there. Like you come in, you can get that beer every time you come in, or vice versa. There's always trade off for it, for sure. So I think that $20 might not be so bad as long as there's other perks that go along with it. Because I do see your guys' point now.
So I would say this, and granted, we're getting a little bit off topic on that part, but
okay, that was my last.
I would never accept the $20 whatsoever. No, but and I highly suggest for everyone in the USA not to accept that kind of lowball bullshit offer. But what you can say, if you're charging a minimum of $250, my tab at your bar is going to be $250 that you're going to comp me for that label artwork design. That would be the only substitute in my mind. Okay. You can't afford me to pay me cash in hand for this of what I charge you. Then I know you could pour me out $250 off my tab that's going to be a fucked up night, but I'm just saying, like, I could come back for the 1 month or whatever it might be. My tab at your place is covered for X amount. I think that's a good trade-off.
Yeah, yes. That's definitely fair.
You might not accept, you could take a date there. You could take yourself there. You could go there every single day to get the staff. Honestly, that's not a bad trade in my eyes, because if you're starting or you're trying to have that relationship with that client, showing up, I'm not saying drink beer every day, but if you show up every other day and you're having a beer and you're having a conversation with the bartender,
it's only like $6, right?
With the owner, whoever it might be, especially if it's a family-run brewery, you're gonna develop that relationship. You're gonna understand the beers, you're gonna understand the history, and then they're gonna trust you. Oh shit, this guy comes around all the time. He's not a dick, or she's not a dick, whatever it might be, and just trusting you and like, hey, yeah, no, this person, we know the what do you call them? Not the locals, the favorites. There's a term for it. Regulars. You're regulars.
The regulars.
No, you're regulars. Yeah. So, I think that's a fair trade. Not to get cash in hand that's super lowballed, but at least get that product that you're gonna choose into, your bar tab or whatever it might be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So when it comes to, there's a lot of history when it comes to beer can artwork. How simple it used to be. I mean, when you think of Coors back in the day, and glass bottles, when you think about wine bottles, but for tonight, we're just going to stick with beer. You know what kind of beer you like, period, right? What kind of beer do you usually drink, Sly?
Actually, probably this lager, or like a regular like ale. Kind of a lighter beer, not really something anything too dark. But I will, drink a dark beer. But I would say I probably lean more towards like, a lager or a lighter beer.
Okay. And Martin, what about you?
Yeah, same thing. For like everyday drinking, I used to like IPAs a lot, but they give me heartburn now because I'm old and fat and shit. So now I've gotten into micheladas, bro. Just those, those micha cans, and I bring it home and add my own stuff, put some tahini on it, put some lime, put some of the michelada flavoring stuff, and it's pretty good. I still get heartburn though, so I don't drink that much beer anymore.
Yeah, it's tomato juice, bro.
Yeah, tomato juice, pretty much.
Yeah, michelada is tomato juice. You're gonna get heartburn on that stuff.
Yeah,
so
of course.
You guys obviously know what you're drinking. So does the can art like sway your opinion on grabbing that kind of can? Does that as a just regular person, not as a designer, but as a regular person, when you see cool can artwork, does that grab your attention, and what kind of artwork is it usually?
So right now, I went to the store and I was looking for the beers, and my wife requested a beer, and I know that she likes the like sour stuff, like the fruity stuff, like. So it was really cool because I was able to identify the type of beer that I wanted by the actual design. So the designs that are like more like tarty and fruity, they tend to be more like they pop more, or they're very like they're very colorful, right? And like with this one, right away I knew this was going to be an IPA because IPA has like, I don't know, it just has a certain look to it, right? So yeah, definitely gravitates towards cans for design. Even if I'm not buying beer and I go down the aisle and there's cool cans, because I'm an artist, I stop and I look at them for sure. Sly.
Nice.
I would say I purely base all of my decisions, and my wife can attest this, off of design and the way it looks. Everything I buy, I'm like, I love the way this looks. I want to buy it and I want to try it. So that's why I'm like, oh, I kind of drink everything, but I'll like if I'm gonna choose something off of the board, I'm gonna see something that's like an ale or like a light beer, and I'm be like, oh, I want to try that one because that's usually like the flavor profile that I like. But all three of these are, besides this one that I'm drinking, all three of these are like dark beers that I normally would be like, I don't want to drink that. The flavor is just sometimes a little bit too much for me to drink like a full can of it. In my younger years, definitely I was like a heavy kind of dark beer drinker, but now I'm like, not that it's because I'm getting older. It's just my flavor profile has changed. But for sure, all of these cans, I bought them purely based on, I like that design. I want to try it. Obviously, the designer probably liked it as well. That's why they came up with this dope artwork.
Yeah, I mean, again, it goes back to the fundamentals of graphic design and design in general. Like, how do you grab that client's attention? You are on a shelf with 1,000 other competitors. Like, what makes your can stand out? Is it the brand? Is it the artwork? Is it the typography? What is that part that grabs me? Like for me, I always base the can, again, like you, Sly, off the artwork. What is it? What does that look like? Like, dude, that's fucking cool. For example, here I have this other one from Mason Ale Works, which, by the way, Mason always works with amazing artists. Like, they love to have awesome can artwork on their cans. Whenever they bottle stuff, they do awesome work. They let their artists be creative, and I just love that. And I think that when you let your creative be creative, it allows them just to fucking do everything that they want, and it's just the creativity isn't capped.
When you allow creatives to do what they want, they tend to have fun, and when they have fun, they create dope ass shit. In every industry.
So like this Mason one here, for those who's looking, it has it's called maximum effort, and it's an illustration of Deadpool, and I'm guessing he's eating a burrito here. But it's just so freaking cool, the illustration that goes into it, the label of what it is right there. Having the titles here, how the artwork closes in right there. Like, look at that artwork there. Mm-hmm. That's like comic book shit right there. That's fucking badass. Yeah. For an artist to sit there and know that it's going to be viewed by thousands of people, they get to lay out this artwork in a badass way. That's cool. And one thing,
even the printing, it has texture, right?
This one has a little bit of texture, yeah. But what I also liked a lot here that this artist did was he made his signature right there. I don't know if it could focus. Right there, like a comic book stamp, right? Yeah. So it tells you who the artist is, and then also too on here on the side. Where did it go? I just saw it. There. It says artist or artwork by, and it gives you the @ and who the artist is. So one thing that I've noticed now in the beer label industry, you can discount your label artwork a smidge, if the brewer lets you put your name on that label, like this guy did, right? Artwork by Peralta. So I can charge you $500 for this label, right? But you're going to say, hey, we want to run a series of comic book ones. I don't have the money to pay you $500 for each label. My budget is $1,000 for 4 labels. Okay, cool. How about I do the 4 labels for you, but I put my name on each single one of those labels so people can go look at me, so other competitors, other brewers can look at me, and I can hit your budget.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Or if it's $500 for a label and you're like, I want to put my name on it, so, and the brewer's like, no, I don't want that, and say, I'll knock $100 off of that. So $400 for the label, and I put my name on it. They're like, yeah, okay, cool, $400. For a small brewer, they'll work that deal. Everyone's all about deals. For a big brewer like Budweiser or Dogfish Head, it won't work unless you do a specific artist series.
Can series.
Yeah, but usually they have all their stuff in house. I mean, one of our old teachers is the creative director for Dogfish Head, so I know a lot of this from him. But yeah, I mean, just the artwork in itself is, to me, has just elevated, and it's also like simple artwork, clean typography, and then it's heavy illustrations, right? Mm-hmm. So, can you share your can, Martin, the Santa Claus one? Can you do a much closer look on that one? Like, what is it? Obviously, what grabbed your attention first on that?
Well, I love the dope graphic of this Santa Claus. It almost looks like a.
Can you put the can in front of your face?
Okay,
it almost looks like a zombie.
We're all still learning.
Yeah, it does.
All right, people.
We're all learning. This light right here, I don't know the light.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I see it. So it's a skull Santa Claus.
It's like a skull Santa Claus.
I like the heavy
the typography right here.
Center,
Martin.
Claus.
Center it. There you go.
Boom! There we go. That's a money shot right there. Does it say the artist's name on there at all?
I don't think so.
Can you look real quick?
No, look right above. I think it's the same
similar
series.
to the one that I have here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. I think it's your same dude.
It is.
Here, look.
So okay, so I want to point this out.
Is that a Mason? Hold on.
Sorry,
bro.
That's a Mason.
Mason Illwork.
It's right there. It's a Mason.
Yeah. See, so I'm saying.
So Martin has that, and I got this one.
Ah, that's fucking dope. That's awesome, dude.
Just to preface,
we didn't do that on purpose, guys. I just saw this cat. I was like, sick. Can you tell now that we have this similar taste in design? Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
I want to say, Pete mentioned that he had this dope can from a comic book artist, and I was like, oh, that's so sick. And I grabbed this can because I was like, oh, this is so sick. It reminds me of that thing that Pete was talking about, not even connecting the dots that it could be the same artist or anything. I just thought it was so sick looking. And we just got back from DesignerCon, and I've been reading a lot more comics lately. I was like, I got to have that. Like, I want to see that fucking artwork on my shelf. And it just so happens Martin did the same thing. So
yeah, no, I literally, guys, I went to UNLV. I did some portfolio reviews, and I was like, fuck, I gotta get some cans. Let me go to the gas station by my house has like really cool beer selection. And I saw this, and I was like, oh, cool. Holidays, Santa, super dope. I loved it. I was like, yeah, that's it. And I was there for like 10 minutes looking at beers, just up and down, up and down. I was like, yep, that's it.
Same here.
Yeah, so I mean, again, if you're that kind of like heavy comic book, illustrator, that's something that I've always loved. I always wanted to do, comic books for a living. Unfortunately, my illustration skills have lacked in the last 10 years, but my graphic design skills have upscaled. But to be able to do something like that for beer and still have your artwork, praised by thousands of people, that's awesome, man. That's fucking badass. Being able to draw Deadpool, his just seeing his movie too, and that's a big name, so feeding off of that, like that's fucking badass. But then you go back to something like our chata right here, and honestly, I didn't even read the flavor profile. I just saw this. I like the duck. I'm a fan of that brewery, but being Mexican, and the Day of the Dead just happening in October, it's just sick. I'm like, I always want to support Able Baker. They have my heart.
They're local.
Martin, they're local here to Vegas, and Martin helped them when they were first launching.
Dressed up as a duck.
Yeah, he was smiling. He was smiling underneath his costume when super hot girls were taking pictures.
I was so popular, bro. Like I was hella popular. All these girls kept coming up to me and shit. I was like, holy shit! I need to wear a duck suit all the time.
And I said, Martin, they're not interested in you. They're interested in the duck.
I was like, aw.
But yeah, I mean, just the can art itself, you could definitely grab the attention of someone and just, hey, I didn't even read the description. I just said, hey, that's a cool can. I want that. I want to drink it. And, I'm enjoying it for sure. Martin, I did send you a link on our chat real quick, if you can pull that up. And I just want to talk about different styles. Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention one thing that like we're talking about right now, and like something that's very important. And I love that you found Able Baker, because I was trying to find an Able Baker can, but the only thing that I found was their original one, right, which is the yellow and the ducky.
Atomic Duck.
But yeah, the atomic duck. But I just want to like the coolest thing about these beer cans, and I don't know if it's happening across the nation, but I know it's happening here for sure, is that these are like local breweries. These are like small companies that are like, lifting our art community up because they're hiring artists. And then we I don't want to say we're tired of like, big beer brands, but like we kind of want to do this, right? We want to this is fun to explore new beers, local breweries. You know that you're supporting your community, you're supporting the small business. That makes me feel really good. And then on top of that, I get a sick ass fucking beer can that's fucking dope that if I want, I could just put it up on a shelf as a piece of art. That's awesome. And like I love that.
Yeah, and it's a different
even
form
cut
of
the can.
expression. Yeah, a different form of expression of how to, how your artwork's going to be seen. But it still has the fundamentals, your 4-color process, your 2-color process. How is it what kind of material is going to be printed on? Is it going to be strictly on the can, or is it going to be a label? Those are all things to think about. Martin, let me know whenever you can pull that website up. But one of the companies that I follow, and I suggest everyone to Google them. We'll have a link to their website in the description on this episode. But they are called Kodo Design, and they focus strictly on craft beer branding, right? So the label, the look and feel of the brand of the brewery. If you want to click on the 2024 craft beer branding trends, Martin, you could see,
Yep.
and you could see some of the stuff that they worked on. If you just kind of scroll down, you'll see some of the pictures if you want to click on or zoom in on one of those pictures. But they give you guides. Like they worked on Montucky, they've worked on Leisure, I think some amazing stuff. But right there, yeah. See, so like the different variations of how to
Lion's Paw,
how to do the illustration, how to do the clean typography. If you keep scrolling down, there's some more artwork right there for Ninkasi,
which they put out a dope e-blast for everybody. Like if you sign up for their e-blast, they send these out, and there's like breakdowns of like what's going on and the beer labels that they're working on. We're not sponsored by them, but
right there,
cool.
Martin. Like they work with big names, Dogfish Head. They talk about Sierra Nevada. But if you see some of their,
we ain't sponsored by anyone yet. So if anybody wants to sponsor us,
exactly.
We love to get paid in beer.
We need $250 worth of beer for each one of us. But yeah, they just go over the trends, and actually right there, Martin, if you want to stop and we're looking at it, right? Yeah. Not just the label itself, but the way that beer is being advertised nowadays, especially when it's a craft beer, to me is amazing. That person sitting in a chair in the grass holding that beer that way. I think about back in the day when we used to go camping and climbing. That's what we would be doing. Sitting on our lawn chairs, by the fire, hanging out. But I also really, I love typography. And that's one thing that I've noticed in the beer industry, that type gets used so awesomely. Like that, I think that's the biggest draw for me. I love illustration. I love doing the heavy graphics. But a nice, clean, big, loud typeface that matches the beer, to me, is awesome. So if you like zoom in on that garage one, Martin, like it's clean. It's clean. Like that type flows nicely, so garage beer. Like that's sick. That's something that a regular beer guy goes, "Oh, you want a fucking when you've had a very long shitty day and you have a shower beer, that's amazing. But when you're in the garage doing some shit and you get a garage beer, that's fucking badass too.
I want to go to my garage and grab a beer, bro.
And then you go down and you see that one that says shift beer. Like that type, I think that's called Steelhead. I could be wrong. But that shift in the beer, tall, like sick font, and it has that little Hopewell on the vertical. Like that's fucking cool, Like that's sick. That how it's doing the Friday beers, that label, how it's peeling. I don't know what they're doing there. They're peeling it, I think they're about to do a shotgun.
Shotgun.
Let me just say something real quick, if you don't mind. Like for our young designers my bad, bro. No, for our young designers that are struggling with the hierarchy.
Hey, let me say something real quick. Hold on. Hold on.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nah, bro. Honestly, tell me to shut the fuck up when I interrupt you for now, because I need to stop
I'd just
doing
like
that
to
shit.
say one thing.
Yeah, I know. No, but seriously, like I realize, guys, why I interrupt all the time is because I forget, and I don't want to forget my stuff, and I'm like, that's why I interrupt. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna shut the fuck up and write it down and then say it. So my apologies. I'll be better about that. But back to our young designers, what I've noticed is that a lot of designers don't really play with their hierarchy. If you're a student and you're struggling with hierarchy, like right here, man, this is great, right? Great examples of typography used properly. Like this pulls you in, and then this nice interesting font right here. So did you guys agree with that, or?
Yeah, no, it is. And again, this is why I wanted to talk about this in this episode for beer label design. If you keep scrolling down real quick, Martin, when you get to the 801 beer, the 308 golden ale, next one right there, like even this too, like clean typography, it's numbers, but the style that it's used, the color, that yellow and black one, 312 wheat, I would look at that. I would stop and I'd be like, hey, what kind of beer is this? Right? Excuse me.
And it's on brand for them, for Goosehead. Like that's their...
Yeah. You know,
it's different, but it's still on brand.
The Uinta, I'm probably butcher that. The 801, that glass bottle.
Pilsner.
Like that's badass, man. You know, that 801, that type, that drop shadow, that inner stroke, the 318, that's freaking cool too. The 617, nice and clean typography. So that's the
very
thing too.
Stencil like
the design of. I haven't had beer in a minute, so I'm like drinking this and I keep burping.
You drunk?
No, I keep burping. All the beer. But the evolution of graphic design in the brewing industry is tenfold now. You know, again, going away from just the Coors and the Bud Light. There's nothing wrong with them, but it doesn't really like grab your attention. And now seeing people that are specifically like this is their niche, this is what they do, it's badass. I mean, I even have a craft beer design book here that we'll link into the description. But it just covers like so much. If you want to stop sharing real quick.
Yeah.
But for example, here, this is a red IPA, like label design. I don't know if you guys can see it, but how cool is that to see that on a beer can? You know,
that's sick,
like that's something that Jordan to me would design. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
Seeing this, I think Basque Country tiger label.
Oh, that's cool.
You know?
Yeah,
that's so sick, dude.
That's fucking sick. And then you take it a step further and you do, you know, product photography like what they have here. Like that's fucking badass. But seeing artwork, Sly, this reminds me of you. Seeing artwork like this, you know,
I'd grab that can.
that could be on a beer can. That's fucking badass. And again, that's the evolution that we see nowadays with cans. But even as something as simple and weird like this, right? These kind of labels. I feel also it depends on the region of where you live. This is more like Midwestern to me. I see this Midwest. When you come to like the West Coast, it's heavier illustration. When you go East Coast, it's more typography. So like that's also too like knowing your region. Your peeps, your region. Look at this one right here, Cat Lady IPA.
I'd definitely buy that.
You know, so like that's freaking rad. Again, just showing that evolution of it. What are your guys' thoughts? Or hold on, real quick, last one here. This is again super clean typography work, right?
Yeah,
like that's
so clean.
No, really, you know what, dude? Like, I love the diversity in like all beer can art. My second beer that I got, I purposely got it because it's not like super high end like the other ones. You know, it's are we ready for a second round or we're still waiting? I'll show it later, but my question to you, Pete, is like, what do you do with the can? What are you gonna do with that can with the cool artwork? Are you just gonna toss it? You're gonna keep it? Is there any way that we can how do we preserve these after we drink it? Like, honestly, I'll be honest with you. Like, to me, like I kind of want to keep it, but then I'm done with the beer, so I kind of want to toss it, right?
You know, for me, I don't. Okay. I don't display my beers. I haven't done that. For the beers that eventually I will get actually run, I'm gonna save those and display those, just like I have all my magazines. I keep a version of those. But as a designer and product photographer and wanting to win more business, I am the way that, and trying to be a businessman, the way that I see this, right? For me, I want to take a photo of this and how can I evolve this into a product shot? That's where my mind goes. Because there's nothing I can do to this can that would add value to it by itself. Nothing. This can is fucking dope. So Mr. or Mrs. Billy Daggers, badass artwork. Obviously, all three of us.
Billy!
Right? But it's like, how can I take one of my favorite Marvel characters, photograph this can, and evolve it into a product shot or evolve it into motion graphics? That's my way of contributing to the beer label industry and just kind of stepping it up a little bit forward and showing a little bit more love. I'll probably keep this can for a while until one of my kids grabs it and crushes it, because they've been doing that lately. They're testing their strength. I have a little side note. I have a little. I only buy the little sodas now. But I finished a little Coke, and my firstborn was with me, and he like grabbed it and he kind of crushed it, and he realized like, oh shit, and I'm like, squeeze it, and he's like, ha. I'm like, oh shit, like, I mean, it's aluminum, but he's pretty strong. He crushed it all the way. Then my other twin comes over, and I'm like, crush it, and he's like, just squeezing the shit out of it. So I just think it's fun. But no, I'll keep this can until I don't, something happens to it or gets damaged, or I take a photo of it, and then I'm done with it. But I don't. If it was my can, I'd keep it. Especially my very first can, very first run. I'll keep it. I might frame it some way or another, and then just have it as bragging rights. But I mean, I drank this beer 4 weeks ago or more.
I still have
it.
Yeah.
So
no, and completely understandable. I'm like,
I would say I'll probably keep, the one that I really like. I really like this one. I might take a picture of this other one that I have. This one's pretty sick. It's like this really dope illustration artwork on it. I don't know if it's really like display worthy. I mean, it's display worthy. Don't get me wrong, but like, I don't know how I would display it. But I'd probably display it like Pete said, for a little bit, and then depending on what I want to do with it, figure out where it can sit. But for the most part, I enjoy the art as I drink it, and then if it's memorable, maybe I buy more of it and I share it with my friends. It's more of like an experience kind of thing for me.
Yeah,
I really like this, and I'll share it with Sonia, or that's my wife for those that don't know. Or like I'll share it with some other friends of mine and be like, "Hey, this is really sick. This beer is really good too." That sort of thing. That's probably how I
or you share it on Instagram or social media.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a picture and be like, "Oh, dope ass can. Beer tastes good." Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna drink this and I'm probably gonna toss it. But now my brain's like thinking like, how could we like, make this? How could I make this like keep it as an art piece? Like I could probably cut it up and then like flatten it out and then like frame it somehow. But I'm not gonna do that. But it's an idea. If any of our viewers like do something cool with our beer cans and shit, like hit us up. Like
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had I was presented this gift. Someone did this with a bottle, the monkey shoulder, and they put. Actually, I think my batteries are dead, but they put. Well, there's lights in here, but my batteries are dead. That was one way to kind of keep the bottle, right? They wired it. They had to put a base on it, some batteries on here, and then it just lights up. Like I thought that was such a cool gift, such a cool idea. Now, I don't think you could do that with the beer can, but that's maybe one way of.
You could even, you could. I was just thinking about this off the top of my head. You could drink them and then get like a light box and put a bunch of them, the ones that you really like all together, like kind of stand it up like this with a little bit of room.
Maybe beer wall. Beer can wall.
Yeah, beer wall.
Like like a 16 by 20 or something, like a big one, where you just show off all your cans or something. That could be kind of cool too. Or like you said, Martin, a beer wall. There's a really cool bar, Jordo mentioned it in the last episode. I'm pretty sure it's the same bar. The Silver Stamp. They have a giant beer wall where it's just like all beer cans with different beer. labels. Not like this. I think it's more like old school, like vintage cans, but still really dope to look at.
Yeah, definitely. Now, is it time for a refill? Because we can pause, and then I need to go get my other beer from the fridge.
Yeah, go for
All
it,
right.
bro.
We are taking a commercial break.
And
bam.
Okay, so in the video, I'm going to
Cut.
pause right here, and then
Yeah.
So right back.
I've got all three of mine right here.
I
think I'll just do
warm.
two.
I didn't want my beer to get warm.
I know. I'm gonna go put mine back.
That's true. Mine's a little chilly, so
I just want to show you. This is the one I'm going to be drinking on Thanksgiving. This one, I thought this was really cool.
Oh, nice!
It's
holiday
super simple.
winter.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be looking. Yeah.
No, you're fine. I can still see it. It's very simple. It's very like Christmassy or like wreath.
Yeah. And
I got this other one.
It's a winter imperial ale. It's very dark. So like I just wanted to point out, like you were saying, this one's the opposite. It's a very light can, but it's probably a very dark beer.
Yeah, no, I got this one because I wanted to show a label that's pretty fucking dope. But it's kind of a slap-on sticker. You know, it's a big old sticker on a tin can, and I don't give a fuck that it's that. You know, it doesn't diminish the artwork. The artwork is fucking dope.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Okay.
Fucking like.
I just wanted to show you, Pete. Hold on. Before we come back, this is the one that I'm drinking at Thanksgiving. I'm not going to show it, but it's like a nice, cool, like very festive. They're getting warm, like you said, man. They're getting warm.
All right. And
one or two.
Boom. We start. 102 what? Bam. Right.
Yeah. I'm just.
Whichever, man.
Yeah.
So back to it. And we're back from commercial break. Martin, if you could click that link that I sent you and share. This is a link to the craft beer design book. It shows a few more pages on here.
Yeah, I'm sharing.
So like if you go down to where it has the handsome Elvis, that's hold on. Technical difficulties here.
We have an old man looking up in our
right. Oh wait, I thought I was sharing. All right, cool. Here we go.
All right, so if you scroll down real quick, keep going. And right there. Nope, you passed it.
Ah, that's so sick.
No, go back up. We'll come back to that one. No, go back up. Keep going. Right there.
Right there. Nope.
The handsome Elvis. Go down. The handsome Elvis.
Right there.
There we go. Right? So
that's
that
a sick
can
shot.
art, right? That little smile, the clean, just super clean white label, full sleeve can art still grabs your attention, right? Mm-hmm. Even though it's simple and clean, it took some time to figure that one out, right? I'm sure someone at a higher level of design knows, okay, I know simplicity, I know how to do this. This one reminds me of our friend Michelle from school. I feel like she would do something like that because that was her color palette, black and white on everything. But again, how do you evolve that? Look how much it doesn't compete with that product shot of that delicious beer shot next to it. You know, if it was super heavy graphic designed elements, it might compete with that beer shot. But with it being nice and clean and a little smile, and then you see the beer next to it, you're like, I could drink that. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
But this book is amazing. This book has so much knowledge, so many cool designs, and so many cool artwork. If you keep scrolling down, Martin, to the Cantons beer, keep going down right there. Like, that's badass. You know, if you do that kind of sound, that's the one that I showed you guys right now. The skier going down the slope, that's the very first one. Obviously, you can tell that this is a series. You know, this artist made a deal for 6 cans. Here's a 6-pack for X amount. And I mean, I would look at that immediately. I'd be like, oh, what kind of beer is this?
Bro,
you
yeah. Like the bike riding ones right here. And
see, right there, yeah, it grabs your attention. Right. You're like, hey, I bike ride. I want to check this one out. You know, because even if the artwork is cool, even if the beer isn't what I like, I would actually try it. There was one that, I mean, you guys know me. Anything like patriotic Americana, I'm all down for. There was a beer by Lead Dog Brewing Company that was called Patriotic something. And I was like, cool, I'm gonna get this beer. It had American flag, it had the statue and all that shit. Beer tasted like horrible. Beer was fucking terrible. I was like, what? I was like,
okay, preface
$8.
Just not his profit, not his palate.
Yeah, it was okay. Correct. It was not my palate whatsoever. The $8 to me, I felt like I just wasted $7 or $8, however much the beer was. But the can artwork got me. I was like, hey, yeah, sure, I'll give this shit a try. It looks freaking cool. It appeals to me. I'm gonna try it. Didn't like the beer whatsoever. Not my flavor. But again, that's the power of graphic design. That's the power of beer label design.
How many? Okay, I want to ask a question. How many beers has that? How many times has that happened to you when you bought a beer and you grabbed it because of a label and then it tasted not to your palate? I would say for me, it's happened more than a couple times where it's like, dude, I love the art and I get it and I'm like, oh, this is definitely not my flavor profile, but I already paid for it, so now I have to fucking drink it.
Yeah. No, I would say the same thing. I'm in the same boat. It's not definitely not my flavor, but the can art drew me in. I wanted to get it, and I did. So it's a win for the brewery and the shop that holds it. So I'm okay with that. It's not going to break the bank. I'm not paying $20 for a can, but $7-8. Okay, here you go. Right. Which again, like for this one, for revisions, beer number 2 for me. I got it because of the name. Vegas as fuck.
Vegas as fuck.
The artwork, grabbed my attention too. It's very like colorful. Again, the typography. I was like, that's cool. That's a cool font. I think I have something like that.
Does it have a designer on it?
This one.
I want to guess. Is it Eric? Is his name Eric?
I don't see. Yes, it is.
Eric Vizzola.
Oh!
Yep.
Oh, shit!
Dude,
That's
I recognize his art, man. I have his art in my house.
Label artwork designed by Eric Vizzola. See what I mean? That is the power and awesomeness of just beer label design. I don't know if you guys really ever thought about beer label design. I'm sure you just look at a beer, you're like, cool, whatever. But seeing now, like the excitement in your guys' face, like, oh, I know that can artwork. I know that.
Yeah,
label. Like, that's cool. Like, that's awesome. That's a different aspect of design that we don't really think about. You're just like, oh, that's cool beer. I'm gonna grab that and fucking go.
I'd love to have him on and talk to him too.
I mean, that's fucking rad. Do you know?
He's done a lot of artwork here in town. Yeah, I know.
Dan knows him,
I can reach out to him. He's done the Area 15 mural, the big mural on Area 15. He's done murals downtown. If you go,
Martin, can you pull up
down
his site?
Charleston? He's got
Eric
2
Vizzola, Vozzola.
If I remember correctly, he was a lead designer at the Venetian. Lead designer, maybe art director. And then he was part of AIGA when I was in AIGA, and then
so this guy's been around for a minute.
Oh yeah, and he just, if I remember correctly, don't get me wrong,
I'm sharing,
but I think he just decided one day he wanted to do murals, and it like took off, and he's been doing murals since, and they're amazing. They're all over town.
Here's his artwork. So his murals real quick.
He does.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Huge murals.
He just did one on Charleston and Las Vegas Boulevard, that area.
So
see if you can find that. There you go, right there. That black wall right there. I believe that's that's Life is Beautiful. So if you scroll down, it should say Life is Beautiful right there, or that was for Life is Beautiful one of the years. Scroll down.
Quick backstory.
Circa.
Quick backstory on Life is Beautiful. I'm gonna plug myself on this one real quick. When Life was Beautiful first came to Vegas, I got an email. I think I told you guys the story before. I got an email from this person saying that they wanted to hire me to graffiti a wall. Right? They told me where it was gonna be. I thought it was just spam. I ignored it. A week goes by. I get an email again. Hey, just trying to reach you. This is what we want. Blah, 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 blah. Or giving it up to the artist's discretion. I ignore it. One more email comes through like 2 weeks later. Hey, just trying to reach you one more time. Blah, 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 blah. I ignore it. And then after the festival, I get another email, I think 2 weeks later, and it said, hey, this is just so you know, this wasn't fake. This is the wall that we commissioned this artist to. Maybe we were able to give you a shot next year. And then they show me the image, and I'm like, holy shit, like this was for real. I could have done some sick ass artwork downtown for Live is Beautiful, but that's not my style, So I don't think I would have accepted that, something like that. But that's
this is his post.
Mm-hmm.
This is his
again,
Instagram.
This is awesome to see. Number one, to have a style, and we'll link his Instagram on our links below in this episode.
Yeah.
But to see his style on a beer can and recognize that, but also to be an artist, and no job is too small or too big, kind of thing, right? So from Big Eyes Giant Murals to a beer can, that's badass, man. That's dope, fucking cool. Like, again, it goes back to the power of being an artist, being a graphic designer, and enjoying your craft. I just picked this because of the type and the name, and I thought that art was cool, and then Sly recognized it right away. So that's fucking sick. Especially
that makes me happy, bro.
Yeah, I can see someone like Orozco doing something, with some kind of local brewery with his style, and people recognizing that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Maybe
now that you mentioned that, dude, I'm like,
some shit.
No, now that you mentioned that, I'm like, Robert, why haven't you done a beer label? You'd be perfect for that because his artwork would be perfect for a beer.
Might not thought about it or anything, but I'm gonna taste this beer now. Let's see what
it tastes like before I show my beer. It's Vegas as fuck.
Vegas as fuck. Well, it's a New England style hazy IPA. It's a little.
Can you describe the flavor for us? Can you describe the flavor for us?
It's alcohol, beer,
little hoppy,
little New English.
I'm gonna show my
in your mouth.
It's an IPA, but it has like the hops are a little different, like they're elevated, I guess, if that's the best way for me. But it tastes
higher, pinky out.
Maybe malty is not the right word, but it's not. I'm a West Coast IPA kind of guy. Like that's my jam. I love that hoppy, crisp West Coast.
Okay, so here's mine. This is called Iron Cage. There's almost no logo on it. It's all illustration.
Design.
I'm gonna go slow because there's a lot to take in.
Okay, is that a person?
That's a person in an iron cage.
I was gonna say an Iron Maiden, right?
I think,
or just a cage.
Ooh. And then just simple,
that's fucking sick, dude.
A logo here. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to point to it. A logo here, a little bit of wording here, and that's it. But it's just all art, and I was like, this is so sick to look at.
Is that a slap on or is that printed
it is a
on?
Sticker? Yes. No, it is
a slap on. Nice.
So I could probably peel it.
So that's the thing. Like, I should have had my labels here, but it also depends on the brewer. Some brewers, they'll just have a sticker because for printing purposes, it's cheaper for them, so they could afford that artist to pay them more. But then when you have a full sleeve like this one that's printed, from top to bottom, these cost more to print, right? So
of course,
the brewery has to take that into accountability when they do their shit of. Okay, are we going to lose money with the artist? Do we need this for the cam? That kind of stuff. But like this.
So, just a question for you guys. A question for you guys on that topic. I'm just going to call it a slap on.
It's a sticker.
You see a beer that's printed on, or you see a beer with a sticker? Does it affect your choice? No. Okay, cool.
No, not at all.
No, fair enough. Yeah,
I can appreciate I can appreciate a full can art. The one like Pete was just showing, where it's printed all the way down. I can appreciate that. But like I can also really appreciate like the amount of time that went into like this illustration, and like this is a foil on the side here. So that's also, into your printing cost. So I can appreciate both. It really doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, so knowing the beer industry, to me, when I see a full sleeve, I'm like, okay, this brewery has money. Right, so I might be able, as a freelancer, I could say I could try to go after these guys for design. Right, I get paid a little bit more because they could afford this, but they also have artists like this that can do dope shit like that. and then seeing something where it's a sticker, like okay, you know they're doing their own stuff in house. They're we know the certain size. Maybe they could pay me a little bit more, and they don't have as many artists to work with, so it's not as competitive. Because it is getting more competitive nowadays
Yeah.
with the brewing industry.
Of course it's gonna be competitive, bro. You're like, hey guys, you get to do what you want, have fun with it, flex all you want. There's, all creative freedom. Yeah, designers are gonna flock to that stuff, of course.
Well, the certain
But here's
kind,
my
right? So hold on real quick. So like
Yeah.
depending on their style. So for Slice Can, it reminds me of the heavy metal magazines. You know what I'm saying? Like those heavy illustrations, metal illustrations, details.
90s.
That's what reminds me of that can. But for me as a beer consumer and as a graphic artist, I don't go towards that can. That can doesn't grab
Would you
my
have grabbed
attention.
it? No.
No.
No?
Like
Mm.
I appreciate the artwork. I'm like, that's sick, but it takes a while for me to go to it and be like, okay, what's this beer actually about? Like I wouldn't. That's not the style that I am drawn.
So based on your choices that you picked today, you're drawn to colorful, popping designs, then, right? Because that's what you got. You got two designs that are like super colorful and they're very like popping.
Yes, I do like colorful stuff. Not always, but it's also the illustration or the typography. For example, this. Granted, I'm a Steve Austin, Cold Stone, or is it Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Stone, dumbass.
Cold Stone, the creamery.
Steve Austin, this Broken Skull beer can.
Oh, dude, that's cool. Okay.
It's just the typography catches me. So anything that I could just read the label, the name of the beer, that grabs my attention, number one. And then it's the color. If something's cool and powerful, cool and colorful, then I definitely am drawn to it. Just like that, Able Bacon.
Dude, we got to get you a couple of those cans so you can.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stone
right.
Cold Steve
and
Austin
fucking
style.
beer all over my $10,000 equipment over here and shit.
But anyways, let's keep it going.
Monitor.
Martin, what do you got? What you got, Martin?
So I got Run the Hops. This is the other can I got, sticker design. I just thought it was super cool. It's got Vegas, another zombie. It's cool, man. I love it. I'm kind of scared to drink this one because I feel like I'm gonna get drunk if I do, and I get to
West Coast IPA.
There
that's
you go,
the flavor
guys.
profile that I like. Which other beers did you get? Can you show us the artwork?
You're talking about me or Martin?
No, Martin.
The other one's downstairs in the fridge.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
so I got Lagunitas got this new. They had one. The reason why I got it because it was a michelada. I was like, ooh, Lagunitas, because I like Lagunitas. So I kept it in the fridge. I'll probably drink it later. It was a lime one. So definitely gonna. All right, guys. I'm committed. I guess I'm going to drink this.
I like how you went from Lagunitas to Lagunitas.
Lagunitas.
So,
Lagunitas.
let me show off my last can. Did I show? Yeah, I've shown this one a couple times already. This is that that comic book one. So I grabbed this one. I want to go back to what Martin was saying, that the darker the beer, the darker the can. This one is an Imperial Winter Ale, so maybe it might be lighter, but when I hear Imperial Ale, it's usually like a darker beer. But this was like so festive, and I just thought it was so clean designed that I had to grab it.
Yeah.
And,
it's nice.
It's about to be our Friendsgiving, and I wanted to drink that with my friends.
Awesome.
Dope.
No, yeah,
But I just
super,
got one
super
for
clean, super clean design. Even for today's episode, I wore my beer zombie shirt right here. And
Nice.
then
I saw that.
My Deep Ellum. This is from Texas, Deep Ellum Brewery Company. It's a smiley face with a beer can as or a beer bottle as their mouth.
Oh, I should have worn the one you got me. Or the one you
Same
gave
thing.
me.
I think it's Deep Ellum too.
Yeah, but it's like
Where's mine at,
corduroy.
motherfucker?
I didn't have an extra one. Oh, that's like a long. I bought that. Like
It was a
year
long
ago.
time ago. It wasn't anytime recent.
This was before your
But-
time, bro.
But no, man. I mean, it's been great to just talk about canned beer artwork. I don't know if it's something that you guys have actually really paid attention to, but it's awesome to see your guys' excitement and everyone listening. Check it out. Check out your local brewer, your microbrewer. If it's check out that book, check out, Coder Design and a few of these illustrators that we're talking about, and see their artwork. And, maybe it's something that you get into, like go have a beer at the local pub and at the local watering hole and see, do they need artwork? Do they need help? Because can artwork might not be the thing, but if it's a brewery and they need help with their menu or their website stuff or their brand identity, that's where you might be able to step in. It doesn't have to just be, because doing dope ass can artwork could lead to other things. If like, hey, they could only afford a beer can now, but they want to bring you on board and rebrand or do their website or do social reels or packaging or fucking t-shirts, hats, swag, that kind of stuff. Hey, you just never know. So yeah, awesome.
Oh, hold on. I know you want to end it, but
no, I'm not trying to end. I was trying to jump into our DesignerCon,
our next segment.
Oh, yeah. So before we jump into that next segment, I'm sorry. For those that are listening, do you have any tips on like how to find local brewers? Like, you informed me. I don't know how to describe it. You showed me North 5th, which is super close to my house. I had no idea about them. And then you were like, hey, come check out this brewery, like by your house. Let's go check them out. Like, how can somebody who doesn't know their local brewers find their local brewers?
Honestly, Yelp, Google, Instagram, word of mouth. It's if you like. Oh, actually, there's also two. Depending on where you go, like I know Martin, you're not a huge fan of them, but 595, who they don't brew their own beer, but it is a craft brew bar. They carry all these local brewers. So it's like they see something on the wall, like, hey, where's North 5th? Oh, that's a new brewery out there. Or you talk to your bartender. But for me, where I find them, I just say close to the brewing industry. Like that's what I love, and that's something that, that I'm trying to work with Vegas Prime Magazine. I'm actually launching. It's kind of called Vegas Brewing News, and I'm the lead for it. Where everything that we write about in the magazine, I get to go to the brewers and drink that beer, talk about it, and share that on social. So, and the company's putting money behind it, so I'll be able to grow my following through that stuff. So Vegas Brewing News will come, and I get to drink. So that's and hopefully get beer for the show. So that's a good way for us to expand our name and
hold on. To our viewers that want to say fuck you, Pete. Do it. Just fuck you, Pete.
For what?
I just fuck you, man. You're gonna get to drink and work and shit. Like fuck you, man. That's it. No, that's literally anybody who says fuck you is like, damn, bro, that's dope. I want to be in your shoes right now. That's literally is. Yeah. So keep the fuck yous going. Keep it going, guys.
I love it. But no, man, it's been fun. We're gonna jump into we're not ending the episode, but we're jumping into another topic.
No, I just
that's what I like to end it. I was like, hey, hold on.
Yeah. No, I just want to say one thing. Like this episode, like I'm so glad we did it because this is like really up our alley. Like to all our viewers, man, go on Google, go on Yelp, find your local viewers, your local breweries, support them because they support our community. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little.
The beer has been getting to a little bit of all of us,
kicking me.
Yeah, we're all gonna get sloshed on this episode.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
and they're fucking IPAs, bro. But support your local breweries. Like, dude, they support our community. They support our community as artists. Support them. Give them some love back. Like, dude, thanks. Honestly, dude, I'll say it, man. Local breweries, small breweries, thank you guys. You guys are like inspiring the artist communities. You're uplifting us, and we should uplift you too. And that's what we're doing because local, like small breweries, are getting really popular, and I feel like it's across the whole nation, and I love that shit. Because look at all this cool ass artwork and shit. It's dope.
And it's from local designers most of the time.
Yeah.
So you get to find like your local design community, even if it's just like illustration people or like painting people or actual designers. Like you all get to connect, based on our love for beer. But I just want to say again, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell us which cans that we should check out. Tell us which cans we should look into and try.
If you guys have any advice for us, let us know. And don't forget what Room250 is about, bro. We're about, inspiring the community. It's all about community, bro. That's the only way we're going to lift each other up is, being there for each other, talking to each other, understanding each other, and just uplifting everybody. And yeah, cool.
Definitely. No, definitely. Right. I mean, be able to potentially do a like AIGA brewery,
bar crawl
collab sort of thing would be pretty badass. So I don't know, maybe it's something where we'll talk offline, but maybe we could do a contest or some shit like that. But
yeah, that'd be dope, dude.
On to our second topic of the night, DesignerCon.
Yeah, that was dope.
Las Vegas,
love it.
So much
fun. 2024. I want to say, for a very oversimplification, it was a high-end, nerdy illustration designer swap meet.
Swap meet, and I want to point out that it's a vinyl toy convention as well. There's a lot of vinyl toys that are there.
Yes. I mean, it was overall. I thought it was amazing. I definitely geeked out. There was so much cool shit to do. Definitely would save a couple $100 because you're gonna want to buy a lot of shit. Not only prints,
a lot of unique stuff.
Yes, not only prints, but vinyls and Funko Pops and collectibles and old figures and templates.
Dad, you built it already.
You meet artists. We got to talk to the creative director for NASA, which was awesome. And it's hopefully something.
Dude, I want to talk about that. Let's go back to that. I have the website pulled up.
Hold on. And one of the artists that we met, he is waiting for the license. So this is the illustration he makes, right? And then he made action figures. UFC approached him to make the action figures. And the cool thing is that he does this kind of illustration, and then whoever does the toys base it off of his illustration. They don't tell him, hey, this is how you have to draw it so we could mold it. They just take his illustration and say, okay, we have to do a 3D rendering of this stuff. But I mean, again, beyond blown away there. Such cool art, such different variety. Shout out to DNKC. I think it is an agency out of San Francisco. They do stuff with Almanac Brewing. They also do a bunch of other crap. Well, not crap, but design. Again, just I had a blast. I was there with my two best friends here, and it was fucking awesome.
We had so much fun.
I could just continue on this, but I'll pass it on again. It was fucking a blast, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry that I had to leave early, but family shit. But I mean, it was sick. It was fucking sick.
It was a lot of fun. I want to touch on it before Martin jumps in and
Dude, I'm gonna go first. I should
no. I want to go first because I know you're just gonna. It was a lot of fun. I got to see a lot of art that I follow on Instagram that I like, and then go to this convention and be like, oh, I really like this. I want to buy it. And then realize after the fact, oh, I already follow this person and I just got this dope artwork. Like, I just got to show you guys. I walk around for so long trying to find something to buy. And then I saw this cat. And it's by this guy named Jermaine, or I'm going to butcher the name. Something Jermaine. I'm messing it up right now, but I've followed him for a long time. I like all of his artwork, and I was walking by and I was like, oh, this is so dope. I want to buy this. Like, I could see this hanging up in my art room in my office. And they were like, oh, this is actually by this artist who wasn't able to make it, but we can sell it to you. And I was like, oh, I think his name is Jermaine Rogers. And I was like, oh, that name sounds very familiar, but I'm still going to buy it. So I picked it up and I started walking around. I'm like, I got to look this up. And lo and behold, I'm already following him. I know I like his artwork. And I was like, this is so sick that I was able to pick up his artwork and already like all of his artwork, that sort of stuff. And then I ran into
real quick, Martin, can you share his that dude's website? Can you send Martin the
I'll
link?
send it.
What was the name, bro?
Jermaine Rogers. I'm pretty sure it is. Just look him on Instagram, Jermaine Rogers. I'm pretty sure that's the name. But on the flip side, there was this brand there that I had been following since I think when we were in college.
This one.
Let me see.
Did you find it? Oh, put in. Yeah, let me share it real quick. I'll keep talking. Sorry.
But this brand that I was following since we were in college, Civilian Clothing, they were there and they were promoting their new. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, that is their artwork. So, yeah, I've been following his artwork for a while, and I was like, this is so sick. And then I bought his art print.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so he's got some really cool artwork.
That's sick right here.
But yeah, I got to meet Civilian and their project. That was really fun. And then Johnny Cupcakes I've been following since I was in high school.
Johnny Cupcakes.
Yeah.
A lot of
got
other
to do a
artists
cool video for them.
Yeah, so I thought it was really sick. It was a really cool convention that maybe I wouldn't have gone to otherwise, because it was something that maybe I thought I wouldn't be interested in. But I'm definitely going to be going next year because it's supposed to be here in Vegas again.
Yeah.
So I just overall it was a really great
anniversary
time.
Too.
Yeah, and I definitely suggest anybody to go in the design or / art community.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was freaking badass just to be inspired by all those artists, different.
Yeah, I got really fucking inspired, bro.
Also just seeing what each one of us gravitates to. For Sly, I would never buy that print that he bought. I think it's cool. I think it's badass, but it speaks to Sly. Like, that's Sly's kind of artwork and design. Oh, yeah. Did my fucking light just change, or is it just me?
It
looks a little more blue.
That's weird. But seeing that and then seeing like the stuff that you liked, Martin, too. So it was just cool for all three of us to kind of like geek out and we're trying to grab some of these artists, maybe not this season, but for next season, and to have them on board as we grow our following. Yeah. But we'll definitely share their URLs. For me, the one that I had a creative boner for, Martin, I just shared it on our chat, was the Oni art. He does the mask. He does mask design T-shirts, illustrations.
Oh yeah, you bought that T-shirt.
Yeah, I bought a T-shirt from him, a sticker. But he has this Batman black. I want to say Oni. Is it Oni?
Oni mask. Yeah, Oni mask.
Mm-hmm. Martin, if you scroll down, keep going, right there, right. So those that Batman and Iron Man one, I was like, dude, these are fucking sick, like just fucking sick, And if I didn't have a kid kids and wife, and I had my single budget, I would have bought at least two of these masks. I would have bought the Batman one. I probably would have bought the Frieza mask too. He had a Frieza mask that was pretty sick.
It was so sick.
But I picked up that Batman T-shirt right there, and I probably will give myself a Christmas present on one of these masks. But just badass, man, just badass.
Mm-hmm.
And
that one. Yep.
Mask process is one of those things too that is fucking amazing. It's cool how you design something and then you print it out, then you do a mold, and then you do all this other shit. And so this is one guy that I definitely want to try to get on the podcast for next season. But the dude, super cool, does amazing work. That was one of my highlights for sure.
Yeah, I picked up one of the stickers that Pete bought the T-shirt, and I was like, the sticker, I want to get that and put that on something. But also, I wanted to point out, that Spider-Man one was super sick, and I
Yeah.
if he has a mask of that, I could definitely see getting the Spider-Man one.
DesignerCon.
Nice.
Decon. Yeah, no, for me, dude, like I obviously spent too much money.
No
I
such
don't
thing.
regret it at all. I don't fucking regret it.
Martin,
like, everything I got.
His kids are
I'm like-
grown, so
My kids are
he's got money
grown.
to spend.
I got money.
His kid.
I don't have money,
His
but
kid,
I
yeah.
saved up. You know, I was like, they got me right in the fucking balls, bro. Support your
explain
community.
what you
Like
got.
that's the. So the one thing that I fucking loved about this shit, it was that like it's not made in China bullshit. It's like handcrafted by fucking physical people, and it's so hard not to support artists, bro.
Yeah.
For me, like,
So-
look at that shit. It's so dope.
So
I
a
love
little
stickers.
preface
This
right
is
there,
awesome.
Martin.
Huh.
They are handmade by people, but they are mass produced sometimes in China. Because we did talk to one of the designers, you know, foreshadowing a little bit of one of the people that we got from that creative trading card game. We went and got his signature, and he was telling us the process. You know, he came up with the character, then he did the 3D printing, then he took that 3D print and got it reproduced in China and has it sent over.
Yeah,
So some of it
and-
is made in China, but after it's made in China.
Well, what I mean,
over here
yeah,
in
what I'm
campaign.
saying is like somebody like went through the process. You're not paying a company that's mass producing bullshit. It's an artist who, like you and me, are trying to figure out a way to sell their work. And yeah, they're gonna go manufacture in China because there's not a lot of options, right? Well, there is options, but
Mhm.
whatever. That's the easier route. That's what
There's
to me was like pretty dope.
There is US based options. They're just more expensive.
Yeah,
That's
it's,
Yeah,
it's always
of course.
just more expensive to get it
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
all for American jobs and growing our economy, but it's fucking expensive, man. If
Yeah.
iPhones were made here, they cost fucking $5,000 instead of $1,000.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's the reality. We
No.
know that.
yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, so,
No, but what I'm
trust me.
talking about is like, no, I'm talking about like something that's created, that's made like, because we're designers, bro. You know, if you're gonna do that, like, you're gonna make sure that your product is really good and it looks fucking good and it looks pretty awesome. And like all the stuff that I saw there, a lot of the stuff was like, so yeah, like
Yeah.
you said, it was like a swap meet, but a high end swap meet with like all artists, and
Oh,
that's
yeah,
where
no.
that's where they got me, bro. Because I'm all about supporting the community. I can't say no. I'm like, dude, and I talked to these people. Like I talked to, oh, you're the designer who designed. Yeah, all of them were like, yeah, I'm the designer, and da 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 da. And I'm like, yeah, give me your shit. Like, take it. So
Yeah,
I had a
that's
lot
what-
of fun, and it was dope.
That's why I said it's an oversimplification of what DesignerCon is. It's not a swap meet at all. Like, it's not fucking ghetto or
Mhm.
cheap or
Whoa,
used.
whoa, whoa, whoa! Find a fence there.
That's what I said. Okay. Hey, my mom's business started off at a swap meet, so I don't mean
Hey,
any disrespect
I know.
whatsoever. Okay. But I'm just saying it's a oversimplification.
It is, yeah,
But it's just
yeah.
again, as a designer, as an artist, or a fan, or if you like that kind of geeky shit too, it's awesome. It's very fucking inspiring. It's so cool. There's so many
Yeah.
things there that I was just like, I don't need that, but if I had the money, bam, I'll buy that.
Dude,
or if that was for sale,
Those skateboards,
that-
those TMNT skateboards. Oh my god!
brother, if
Hand carved.
if I was not a married man, a family man with kids and responsibilities, if this was single Pete
Yoink.
5 years ago, I would have bought all 4 decks right there in the spot. Put it on my credit
Yeah,
card.
because you could only get the 4. He was like, "Oh, you can only get this one if you buy all 4. You can get the other 3.
I didn't-
No problem.
I didn't care about like putting the chucks on it. So there's
Yeah.
a artist, which hold on real quick. I want to tell you guys this. There's an artist called Bear. What's his name? Bear Walker. Bear.
I
Can
think
you
that's
look
his
it up,
name.
Sly? Can you share? One of
Martin
you
is
share?
the one who has to share it.
Oh yeah. So Bear. Is it Bear Walker? I'm pretty sure it's Bear Walker.
Walker
We'll wait for
skateboards.
We'll wait for
Yep.
our
Yep.
our seeker here to
No,
I have
Seek.
seeked.
share his.
Yeah, I have
we have
found.
cool names for our roles. Now.
I am the seeker.
I am the
for
scribe.
today. Right, this one.
Okay,
Bear
Walker?
So,
So sick.
so Bear Walker, right? He makes these custom skateboards. Now, in on this season, one of our previous episodes with Jordan Kabalka, Jordan is neighbors with Bear. Bear lives 20 minutes away from Jordan.
No way.
And
Bro, come on.
And Jordan has done work with Bear. He's done some illustrations for Bear. So hopefully next season we're able to interview Bear. That's fingers crossed, but we'll see. Anyways, that Leonardo right there, Martin, if you could go back to it, or I don't know if you clicked on it.
Well, isn't on the Instagram.
Was to me one of the most beautiful pieces of art that I've seen in a while.
Instagram.
Oh, well, click on his Instagram. I'm sorry. Go to his Instagram. Click on it again. Then click on his Instagram, and it should come up bigger instead of like this when you click on it here.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, no, up. Yeah, there you go.
I mean that one works. That one works. That's fine.
Yeah, that one works.
So we were walking through here, and I saw the Leonardo one. Number one, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dragon Ball Z, Marvel, Batman, DC, anything like that. I'm a huge fucking fan. I mean, I grew up with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, dude, scroll up.
But seeing Leonardo, seeing that skateboard as we were walking by, I out loud go, "Holy shit, that's fucking beautiful!" And Bear heard me and he goes, "Thank you, man, thank you." That's awesome, for him.
That's fucking sick, bro.
But
I didn't even hear that. You didn't tell me about that.
Him saying, and I went up to it and I was like, he's like, you could touch it and everything. And just the detail and the love and the passion that goes into that was awesome. And I asked him, how much is the price for one of these? And he goes, when it comes with a chuck, it comes with this, it comes with an identification card, series, all that, the whole nine.
Which you can grade, by the way. His cards, he said you can grade them.
Was CGC. $400. And I was like, holy shit. I fought every instinct in me to not just buy one. Like, I just wanted to, hey, here you go, put American Express, boom, done. Just fucking charge that shit. Because I thought about last season what Dan wrote, or what Dan said when he was at the convention, and he came across that print that was going to be $500, and he didn't have the money for it, but he was going to figure it out. There was that moment for me of like, shit, do I just buy it? I'm like, no, I can't. I can't justify that shit.
Oh, Gango.
But,
damn.
Yeah, single P definitely would have bought all four of them in a spot. Those things are fucking badass, man.
And I want to say one thing he said as well. He's like, once I make these, that's it. Like,
yeah,
I make them and they're done, and then I start on the other thing. So if you want to get it, you get it now, or if it's gone, it's gone. I'm not redoing.
Damn, Pete is gone, bro. Never again, homie.
No. He just says once they sell out, Like,
again, one of those. Okay. That's one of those things.
But that's awesome.
Like, I don't really care for the chucks and everything else on it. Just having that board, I think, would be badass. But I mean, those Ninja Turtles to me was the most
Spider-Man
beautiful artwork I've seen in person in a while.
Yeah, I was all about Venom. Spider-Man's whack, bro. Venom.
Oh, you're whack. What the fuck?
You whack.
Come at me.
Spider-Man.
Hey, if I had to choose between. If I were to choose between being Venom or Spider-Man, I'd be Venom. In a heartbeat.
All day, every day, bro. Come on. Nah, bro, you have a homie that's with you all the time and you get to talk to him and hang out with him and shit all the time. Fuck yeah, bro. You're never alone. Spider-Man.
That's cool. I mean, that's cool, but I like Spider-Man.
No, I like Spider-Man too. I really love Spider-Man.
My son loves Spider-Man, bro.
Venom is the shit to me. Venom is fucking sick. But I like anti-heroes. That's my thing.
Look at that
too,
shit.
True.
But
this guy, dude, I'm like, Pete, I don't know how the fuck you said no to that shit, bro. It takes a lot.
$400.
I couldn't say no, bro. Oh,
yeah,
never mind.
Children,
actually,
$400.
$400.
No, actually, yeah.
No,
bro. No, dude, I had to look away. This is how so much good shit was out there. I had to look away and tell myself no, and I still spent hella money and shit because I was like no. Whew. Some of this stuff was amazing, beautiful.
Me and Martin were holding each other.
What website?
What was his name?
You have his sketchbooks. You have my sketchbook.
They're at work, homie.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
I don't have it.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't have it on the sticker.
If I was using my phone, for
Yeah, aren't we
streaming that
following
I
him
would
on
tell you, but
Instagram?
yeah, I'm sure we are. No, I am. Well, we are. I can't get on my phone because we're streaming. So
Yeah, because we're streaming on our
yeah,
phones.
Yeah,
yeah.
Martin,
So,
look it up. Go to Room250,
but
then go
we
to our followers, or our following, and then look for him.
Oh, perfect.
oh, look at that! Look at Mr. Fucking Smarty Pants over here. He knows how to work the Google machine.
The brain.
He knows how to stalk.
But yeah,
and shit.
overall, DesignerCon was. I swear my lighting just changed again. Isn't it now purple?
It did.
Not blue?
Yeah, now it's more purple.
What the fuck is going on here? Well, my shit's not pulling up, but no, the Designer Card definitely is a great convention. Super awesome. Johnny Cupcakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, I was able to grab a couple stickers. It's Deadpool. I love Deadpool, so grab that one. Got this brain one right here. Sick. Designer Con. This one.
Mm-hmm.
DesignerCon Las Vegas. Badass.
Where do you put all your
Yeah.
stickers? Do you
Right
have
here.
specific places that you put them?
So for me, I save the best of the best for my laptop. Right. So I only have like 4 stickers on my laptop, and these are like memory stickers, right? So like I have a Tiki Stormtrooper that I got in Hawaii when I took my family to Hawaii. I have this like King Monkey one on my laptop also when I went to Tennessee. But if I wasn't trading my laptop in next month, I would stick this Iron Man on there.
Oh shit!
But
You're trading your
usually-
laptop in?
Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade to that. Shout out
Mac Mini?
to Apple. I'm gonna get that new Mac Mini, but the M4 Pro. I'm gonna get the M4 Pro. Yeah. Instead of
Oh,
I
but
just
it's
I
not
love
laptop,
I love
though.
how compact it is. No, that's okay. I love how compact it is. Less shit here. I'm not gonna be able to take it with me. But if I could connect like my iPad to it on the go, I think that's pretty
Yeah.
badass. I have to figure that part out. I just like the simplicity of it. It's literally
Okay.
a Mini Cooper with a Lamborghini fucking engine in it, and I think
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so sick.
You know, that's fucking badass. So, I was gonna get a design studio. That's what I have at work, but that's also 3 times the price. So to have
Yeah.
something, you know, very minimal that's supercharged, that's fucking badass.
Yeah.
But that's.
I
what
think I'm gonna
get.
put that in my budget for next year.
But
for
as
my
far as
whole
my
team.
stickers, I just put them on my Hydro Flask. That's usually where I go. I was gonna slap the garage refrigerator with a bunch of stickers, but the wife is like, "Hey, you know, we might want to sell that when we sell this house, so you probably don't want to slap them on there." And I was like, "I guess."
Stop.
Yeah, but for the most part, yeah,
All the
like my
stickers
Hydro
go up?
Flask. Yeah, my
Nice.
Hydro Flask. I put a bunch of stickers on it, so
Nice.
there's plenty of room. Or I'll slap shit over stuff if it's old.
Yeah, same here.
But yeah, I just love stickers, man. They're amazing. And then
Yeah, I just
also
put
too,
a few of them on my Hydro.
we also met
Martin,
with
what are you looking
the 1 million
I'm
robots.
trying to find that dude, but I can't find him.
We also met with 1 million robots, and we have a
I'll
project
share that
for
one.
next
Yeah, let
season.
me pull my guy back out.
For next season on that.
This is the
I'll let
project.
you guys take over on that one.
Okay, so we met with this group, 1M, 1 million. I think it's 1 million or 1M
That's
robots.
how I took it. It was 1 million.
Yeah, I thought so too. So, you know, we saw it, and I had to stop because I love robots. Everything robot, I'm always like, oh, I want to get that. Like,
Sex robots.
it's just so sick. And yeah, sex robots. I saw their work, and I was like, oh, dude, I gotta look at this. And then me and Martin started talking to them, and they had, you know, this number 13 right here. If you want to click on that, Martin. They had these robots, and they were like, oh, these are our new series just for this DesignerCon. And they're like, so what we did is we reached out to YouTubers and Instagram artists to take our robots and paint them in their style, and then they were showing them off, and they reminded me so much of like custom Gundams that people do, and they were just so sick. And they had these little tiny ones that you could buy for like $20,
Mm-hmm.
and Martin was like, "Oh, we should all get one and do it." So we each chose our own design. I got number 20. Pete got number 13. And Martin,
because I'm Mexican.
Did you get? So that number 13, that's the one Pete got.
13th Street, vato loco. Fuck yeah.
Sur 13, fool.
Sur 13, homie. Sur 13 califas, vato.
We're fucking
How much did I get?
graphic design. We're
Right there.
hardcore graphic
Right there in the
designers
middle.
over here.
No, right there in the middle. Yeah. That's if you show number 20, the one in the middle up top.
Oh, right here. Right,
Yeah, come on, dude.
Why did I get the short
That's-
one? What the fuck? Fuck you guys.
That's the one
Fuck
I
you
had.
guys. Why did I get stuck with the short ass one?
That's the one I had. Stupid.
Oh shit. Hey, you said the number. You said Martin, so you made it sound like it was mine.
I said Martin, number 20. That's the one I
already
have.
short
I'm literally
yours.
holding it
Yours
right
was
here.
down here, homie. Yours
Hey,
is down
hey,
here
hey,
like
hey.
20.
No,
right?
that's not the. That's a Lego.
Hey, don't
God,
get short
Martin.
with me now.
Yeah.
Don't forget I know how to climb, motherfucker.
I think
That's
you have
cool.
that one on the far right, Martin. The right.
This 20 over here?
Derecha, yes.
Was it? I don't remember, but okay.
But we got those, and we're going to be painting those for next season to show them off. That's pretty cool. They're all blank. We each get to come up with our own design and present that next season. So be in tune. Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, no, I'm
Stay tuned.
definitely
By the way,
excited for that.
Do you want to touch on our project, Secret Squirrel project, Sly, or no? Not yet.
Yeah, let's touch on that. Hold on. Let me just write down this 131 secret project. So, have you guys started your secret project at all? We're supposed to have
Yeah,
that
of
done at the
course.
end of this season.
In my head, it's in my
Yeah,
head.
That shit's fucking.
It's right here, right? Okay, so for this season, we're doing another design project. We are each coming up with a sub brand of Room250. If I remember correctly, that's how we were describing it. So we have the Room250 logo right now, and we want to come up with our own concepts of the logo as like an icon. Cut me off if I'm wrong. And
We're developing the brand more. All right, so
Yes,
we have our current
there we go.
logo,
Sub-brand.
but we're expanding on that brand. We don't plan on stopping Room250. We want to evolve this. We want to keep going. We're having such a blast talking to you guys, interacting with you guys, having our guests on, and shooting the shit. And we know this is a slow burn concept, but we're hoping to evolve this into something amazing down the road. We know it's a slow burn. It's going to take a while, but as the channel grows, our branding needs to grow. We preach and we talk about design and how you should do this and that, and give you the advice, but our shit should look on point too. And that's the thing. We all, each one of us has a full-time job. We're the heads of our departments. We're doing shit. There's a bunch of shit that we have to do. We're taking care of our families, our wives, our kids. So we're doing this on our spare time, but we don't half-ass anything here. We want to full-ass everything here. So that's part of the project.
That's why all our designs are up here.
Evolving our Room250. You don't make ribs in a microwave. It takes some time.
You got to brew it.
Exactly.
You got to brew it, bro.
A beer doesn't just come out the next day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to let that bitch brew. You got to do all
Marinate.
the processing and shit. So,
Ferment.
definitely going to be
All
a fun
that
project.
shit.
Definitely, we'll touch base towards the end of the season and show that at some point.
Yeah. We'll definitely have
but-
some concepts sprinkled throughout some of these next episodes that we shoot. Just touching base on what we have. And, I'm going to put it here on the podcast. Next episode, we should all have something to show each other, whether we show that to the people watching or whether we just show that to each other. We should all have something either sketched out or at least a rough draft.
Sketches.
Of what we're doing and the concept we're going for.
Okay. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how
All
Martin
right.
does.
I have to finish a new
Fuck you, Sly. Motherfucker.
Um, all right. So I think we had a great conversation tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We learned some shit about beer label design. We talked about DesignerCon, which was great. I
Talked
do
about the
have
secret
one last thing
project.
to share. I talked about the secret project. Anything else before I have to share? One last thing I do want to do towards the end of each episode is share something that either you worked on that was pretty awesome, or something that went publication, or that you're currently working on.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm
pretty
putting up
dope.
right now.
So for
Yeah, pull
me, I
mine up
want
right
to
now.
pull up right here. This is the cover for our current issue of Vegas Prime Magazine. It's F1. F1 is happening this season, or sorry, this weekend, which I'm going to, by the way. Thank you, Vegas Prime
Very
Magazine.
nice.
You
But
lucky bastard.
Is it
I
just you or
am
like maybe Room
me
250?
and a social media person, and then so we got 6 tickets,
I do social
and
media.
I get to go to I get to go tomorrow.
Nice.
Just because it works out for me. But yeah, this is the cover that I designed for our November 17 issue, currently out there in Las Vegas market. I originally had a different idea for this. It was going to be all 3 racers with all 3 cars. And then as I just kind of worked it, I started doing like this double exposure kind of look, and just bringing life to it and involving the strip and the helmet. And it's been received pretty well. And I'm just, honestly, this is one of my favorite artworks that I've done this year for the magazine, and just in general. Just it came out super fun. It looks fun. It looks great. Everyone's loved it. So this is one of my proud projects for 2024. Just wanted to share that with you guys.
Very nice. Martin, you want to
Oh,
share
very
yours? I'm
nice.
still trying to figure out how to get mine to show both
Mm,
pages. There we go. Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna share mine. It's
Okay.
just the design. Don't focus on the copy. I don't think the copy's finalized, but by the time this episode is aired, it should be ready, approved, and
I'm gonna
good to
focus
Nice.
go.
on that copy.
Okay. Let's see it.
Let me see here. Okay, cool. So one of our clients got Vesta Las Vegas, and I just wanted to show
Oh,
off
nice.
Lexicon. Big X in the middle. They're the highlight. They won 4 awards. This is still ongoing at this time, so I don't know if this is probably not going to be the final. I just wanted to show off the overall design. They really enjoyed it.
You came up with the
That's
concept?
a
Yeah,
bank statement. That's cool. What's all
yeah.
the wording in the background?
So I went over instead of it's down here all the awards that they got. They got best finance customer service, best bank, best best commercial banking, best commercial lending. So it's the words are all across over and over and over, and then I just highlighted them like right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, just so they pop. So I wanted it to be subtle, but I also wanted the viewer, if they're looking at it, to be like, oh, cool, they're highlighting the different areas, and just make it playful, make your eye bounce around the artwork. Obviously the X is the big hero here,
Mm-hmm.
but if I remember from college a lot of times, I don't remember what teacher would tell us that, but I know you guys have heard this, like if somebody stops and looks at your artwork, they're already giving you the honor, and they're already like giving you the time of day, and they stop for more than 5 seconds and they analyze your artwork, you did a good job. Like
Yeah.
that's where that was coming from. Like I want people to look at this and be like, oh cool, like their words are in the back, they're subtle, but you're pointing them out, and just have fun with the ad. Yeah.
Nice.
That's
Cool.
the I think. Granted, I don't know where you're talking about for a. You're talking about college, right? That quote.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So if I'm remembering correctly, it's Kevin Anderson, amazing artist
Mr.
here.
Anderson, I
And
fucking
what he
love
said-
Birthday
Anderson,
just
dude.
passed.
What he said was, if someone gives you the honor of going in and looking at your artwork, do not disappoint them. So it's one of
Yes.
those hidden things that you don't see from far away, and then you give it a second glance and you're like, oh shit, I didn't notice that.
Ooh.
And that's something that I've
Yeah.
taken with me my entire career, where it's a small little detail, or it's something there that someone stops and they look at it from far away, like, oh, that's cool, and then they go in for a closer look. Oh shit, I didn't realize that that's
Ooh.
there. And that
That's what you
that
want.
quote always stuck with me. If someone gives you the honor to stop and look at your artwork, don't disappoint them.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so here's
I'm
my
just-
shit too on the magazine. Bam! Look at that motherfucker.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm just gonna share.
No, that was fucking dope, B. When I saw that shit, I was like, oh shit, this is a motherfucker. Yeah, you're doing a lot of fun stuff, man.
Thank you.
Super excited for you.
This is just something I came up with for our internal happy holidays. We're going to be sending out this card to all of our employees. This one, unfortunately, did not get picked. I had everybody on my team come up with something, so this is the one that I came up with. Just something simple that'll be mailed out to everybody, and there's a pink box for a gift card that would be going out to everybody, so that obviously would not be printed, just showing, hey, this is where the card will be when it's presented in the envelope. But just something simple I came up with. Yeah, so that'd be the front cover. So it'd be the Happy Holidays stamp. So I was trying to do something a little bit more vintage, testing some of the brushes that I recently bought. Coming up with that tree, and then using some vintage kind of font, trying to tie it all together.
Bro.
Yeah, thank you.
That's awesome.
So they didn't choose
Good
it,
job,
so I
bro.
might end up doing, I might take it and morph it into something for myself and send it out to some people.
Nice.
So we'll see. Yeah.
Good shit.
Good shit, guys.
All right, guys. Well, awesome. That concludes our episode for tonight. We talked about beer labels, can design, being motivated, drinking good beer, and always crushing your creative goals. On that note, see you guys later.
Peace.
Yeah.